every one Chicago cast member not returning to Fire, ED, and Med in 2025. Fans must bid farewell to a handful of beloved One Chicago characters from Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Chicago Med during the 2025 to 2026 network TV season. The good news is that this might not be the end for some of them. Meanwhile, others could be leaving the One Chicago universe for good, depending on how their respective shows write them out. Over the course of the One Chicago franchise's history, which spans 36 seasons and 728 episodes ahead of the fall 2025 premieres, many actors have come and gone. Whether they were stationed at Firehouse 51, the Intelligence Unit, or Gaffney Chicago Medical Center, each series has suffered its fair share of cast member exits. Now 5 more will join the list in 2025. Chicago Med is set to lose only one cast member in Season 11, Marlene Barrett, but her departure hits different because she is one of the medical drama's first stars, having played Maggie Lockwood since the pilot. Barrett was only one of 3 original actors remaining following the Chicago Med Season 10 finale. With her exit, the show is down to 2. The exact motivation behind Barrett's exit from Chicago Med is currently unknown, as of the writing of this article. All the reports just claimed that the actress is stepping back for personal reasons. It's also unclear how the NBC TV series will write her character out of the story during the Season 11 premiere. The previous finale of Chicago Med contained no indication that Maggie planned on leaving Gaffney Chicago Medical Center, meaning anything could cause her to say goodbye to her work family in 2025. However, one can rule out Chicago Med killing off Maggie. The medical drama doesn't typically go down the morbid route while writing out characters, aside from Dr. Ava Becker. Plus, it sounds like Chicago Med Season 11 will leave the door open for Maggie's return. The producers reportedly have hope that Barrett will reprise her role as the ED's charge nurse in later episodes. Ultimately, everything surrounding Barrett's departure is up in the air. One thing is for certain though, Barrett won't appear in the premiere to say farewell to Maggie. Unlike Chicago Med, Chicago PD is letting go of its latest recruit ahead of Season 13, Toya Turner. Turner joined the Chicago PD cast towards the beginning of Season 12, playing the Intelligence Unit's newest member, Officer Kiana Cook. Unfortunately, she only stuck around for 21 episodes, with the Season 12 finale serving as the actress' last performance in the police procedural. Viewers learned in Chicago PD Season 12 that Kiana was previously a tactical officer before getting demoted to patrol. However, after helping Sergeant Hank Voight and his team on a couple of cases, Voight asked her to join intelligence, and she jumped on the opportunity. There, Kiana formed close bonds with her colleagues, Detective Kim Burgess and Officer Dan Torres. Like Barrett in Chicago Med, NBC didn't make the reasoning behind Turner's exit from Chicago PD known. The most probable explanations are that either the show was going in a different story direction, or that Turner's departure was a result of NBC's budget cuts, which also affected Chicago Fire. Whatever the case, Turner won't appear in Season 13 at all. Chicago PD is prone to killing off its characters. As such, fans should be worried about Kiana. Perhaps having a character die in back-to-back premieres is overkill, pun intended, but we wouldn't put it past the NBC cop show, or Kiana could simply get another job opportunity or move out of Chicago. Fans must tune in to learn how Turner's character leaves. While Chicago Med and Chicago PD are only saying goodbye to 1 star each, Chicago Fire is cutting 3 cast members ahead of the Season 13 premiere, including Jake Lockett. Lockett has played Sam Carver, a firefighter at Firehouse 51, since Season 11. The actor started as a recurring star in the procedural drama before getting promoted to series regular and slowly but surely became a fan-favorite Chicago Fire character throughout his time on the show, making his exit all the more heartbreaking. He struggled with addiction, family trouble, and a torrid on-and-off romance with Violet McCamey, a paramedic at the fire station. So, Carver seemingly hit his breaking point by the end of Season 13. During the Chicago Fire Season 13 finale, Carver informed Violet that he had requested a transfer to the Denver Fire Department, wanting to start fresh. She was obviously heartbroken because she had deep feelings for him. But even though the episode ended with Carver and Violet kissing and expressing their love for one another, he is still leaving the show, by all accounts. Lockett's exit from Chicago Fire is due to NBC's budget cuts. It's not any simpler than that. The network wanted to cut costs, and so it evidently felt like Lockett and his character were expendable, at least compared to some of the other stars. Now Chicago Fire Season 13 will likely begin with Carver already in Denver, but nothing has been confirmed. Alongside Lockett, Daniel Craig is also exiting Chicago Fire because of the network's budget cuts. The two actors' departures were announced together a couple of weeks ahead of the Season 13 finale, shocking many. The NBC procedural drama has featured many cast exits over the years, but it was still surprising to learn that Craig would be the next to go. Chicago Fire introduced Craig's character, Darren Ritter, in Season 7 as Christopher Herman's new recruit on Engine 51, and he quickly became a beloved character. Ritter was compassionate, determined, and an overall intriguing, unique firefighter. He formed many close relationships with his co-workers, including Herman and Violet. Craig started as a recurring star before Chicago Fire promoted him to series regular status in Season 9. Now, after 7 seasons, the actor is leaving the One Chicago franchise. However, unlike the others on this list, Craig will get to give his character a proper goodbye when Chicago Fire returns with Season 14. Craig will return for Chicago Fire Season 14, but only for a limited time. He is reprising his role as Ritter at the beginning of the season, presumably to give his character closure. It's unknown how many episodes Craig will appear in, or how Ritter leaves Firehouse 51. Since Craig will appear, anything could happen to cause Ritter's departure, even possibly death. Last but not least, Kelly Severide's younger half-brother is waving goodbye to Firehouse 51 and Chicago Fire Season 14. Michael Bradway, who plays Jack Damon, is stepping away from the series in 2025. Bradway's Damon arrived in Season 12 as a floater for Truck 81. However, by the season's end, it was revealed that Damon's father was Benny Severide. Severide and Damon's budding familial relationship was arguably one of the best parts of Chicago Fire Season 13, as it brought out a new side of Severide. Damon was also an interesting character by himself. The young firefighter also started a casual relationship with Lizzie Novak, a paramedic, and was coming into his own at Firehouse 51. Sadly, Damon and Novak's romance won't get the chance to grow because Bradway is exiting Chicago Fire due to scheduling conflicts. Bradway was cast to star as Charlie Florrick in Prime Video's upcoming series adaptation of Carly Fortune's best